Why? Welcome back to day 19 of the Need for Speed Marathon. Today with Pepega Prostreet. I wish they could actually live. They could live of making this. Like, extensive mods like this are crazy, man. Nah, does it feel like Horizon is opening or what? By the way, I recommend you click the song on and off button when you install the game. There's a nice Easter egg. It's my man, Nick Cooper. It's so funny, he has such a similar face to me. Like, I get it that some people say, hey, is that you, Kuru? It's not. It's not, by the way.
Hey you! Are you sick of your 9-to-5 job?
Yes.
Coming home to the mess you've put up all day? No hot chicks or fast cars in your garage? Well, I say no more, pal, because I got an opportunity for you.
Hey, the story is really good.
PR manager of the upcoming Pepega Street Festival. Do you own a car? Are you afraid of high speeds? Did you fail your driver's license? If your answers to these questions were yes, no, and at least once, then you might be the right guy for this.
Actually failed my driver's license once.
You get the chance to win big! A series of races awaits you, and if you can beat everyone, there's a serious special offer waiting for you. A rookie rampage invitation! What's that, Mr. Eden? I'm glad you asked, boy. This could be your entry ticket to the world of motorsport. Big cars, big money, big chicks. Actually, scratch that, no big chicks. Bruh. So what are you waiting for? Bring your shitbox and all your guts before entry's closed. And who knows, maybe you got what it takes to be the next king.
You got it on first try. Dude, I had such a dickhead as a test on my first driving exam. Like, my actual driving instructor that taught me how to drive was like, this was perfect. You should have gotten it. Go, go, go. Get there fast. I think they rented this Golf, or they borrowed it from someone. I'm not sure anymore. That sound. Hey, there's something wrong with your ride. It left a huge oil slick at the starting line. That is a throttle and brake indicator, yes. They added a lot of cool stuff. Like, if you like Prostreet, man, they added so much cool stuff to this game, including new event types. They literally made new event types. Oh, this game has difficulty levels. I'm playing on King, so you're gonna have to try hard. But the HD reflections looks so good in Prostreet. You guys want to see a sweet time saver? If you're confident that you're gonna win, just have an early start. Kill the girl. And move on. Is there any way to drive Berkey's car? I don't think so. As far as I know, it's broken. That's why he crashes out all the time. So even if you would use it, you couldn't use it. But yeah, Berkey's 5,000 horsepower car is pretty cool. The Pepega Rally. 2022, man. Time flies. This is my favorite mod for Prostreet. You can also play Redux if you just want a better looking version of the game. Actually, I think I can finish like this. Screw guys up to no good. One big issue in this game was always that you couldn't just edit the blueprint. Let's see what we can do with the stock cars. Mondeo remastered. What is the official follow-up to the Mondeo? Yeah, I don't think this car is fast enough. We can try to win the race day, but we're not gonna dominate. In Europe, the Mondeo is dead. In China, it's still built. Okay. I mean, at this point, everything is gonna go electrical anyways. It would be nice if you could walk back there and look at the cars. That way. I think that's the first time I noticed that one. There's still Easter eggs that I haven't realized. They gave you some real shitboxes. Car manufacturers are going slowly back to combustion engines. Really? Interesting. Dude, we're gonna get wrecked. My cars need some upgrades. Trying to do this without upgrades was a bad idea. Yeah, Spotify is super broken right now. Oh my god, no. 75 horsepower, they have 140 in a much lighter car. And after Miata, man. It looks like such a fun car. Jose in his white Golf. He's back. That's why I have this bracket up. Are you kidding me, man? How are you so fast? Whatever, I just need to win the race day. Domination later. Dude, fucking sunny. Let's see what's available in the beginning. Yeah, that car is still great. That car is still fantastic for a drag car in the beginning of the game. The cheap muscle car, lots of power, perfect drag racing. This one not so much. 24 horsepower. I love how the gearbox goes up to 400 though. 402 kilometers per hour. We have a Polonaise that we could upgrade. Could get myself a Miata. Could be fun as a grip car. 246. Imagine you could still buy the first generation Shelby Mustang GT 500. Wasn't this one called the Eleanor? Beautiful car. Pepega Cop. We're gonna get that for free later though. Eleanor was the one that got in 60 seconds. Yeah, nice. Sure, let's get it for drag racing. I'm not sure if I can use the Yugo for anything. If I sell it, I get 6,000. Take it or leave it. Ford car. Nah, Ford Racing Puma. Isn't it called the Ford car somewhere? On the fucking Civic CI.
How's your car,
What the hell is this? A Nissan Tsuru. I feel like we never used this one. It looks like a burnout car. It doesn't even look like a real car, man. Opel Astra Cabrio Berdone. We're on 6. But that wouldn't be bad. Walter. Have to cook. Twingos. Yaris. Pizza car. Trabi. Mark 1. GTI. We're gonna get that later.
Hey, what do you know? There's Nick Cooper.
Checks customs.
Let's see if he can handle that GT500, or if he's just gonna be spinning circles all on the track. And I really hope he knows what to do with that thing. Man, did anyone see Cooper's new car? God damn!
Do you see the detail? How he comments on the new cars that you get? Prostreet does that too. You know, if we're talking about classic muscle cars that I'd love to own, this is one of them. My opponent, how am I still losing? Holy shit, I need some more upgrades. But I mean, it's stock, it doesn't have good tires, it doesn't have any kind of tuning. Cool camera. So we put an engine and tires on. And a turbo. Yeah, I think that should make this car competitive. At least the Golf is doing work. Because you know, the Golf is better. Oops. Oh, this thing is on the stereo. Holy crap. I need something rear-wheel drive. Twin Karstosia. Anyone got an idea where the name comes from? It's on downforce. I mean, sure, it can increase the downforce on the front, but it's still it's still front-wheel drive, so you will always feel that. They actually adjusted the handling as well. It's kind of nice. Well, the Golf in this game is not as good as it is in Most Wanted. Nice FPS, yeah. The game looks extremely fluid on this monitor. Look at the yellow filter. Cobb, midsize. Good description. Oh, minigun. It's such a difference when you go above 100. Like, I think, like, already at 75, you probably notice how much more fluid it is over 60. So if you go up to 90, 120, 144, like, it keeps getting better. Yeah, Seek, it looks amazing, doesn't it? Payback high FPS? Yeah, it's nice. IPS panels are good, for sure. TN panels are absolutely horrible. I remember getting one in the past and was like, holy shit, this looks bad. Like, I returned every single TN panel I've ever owned. It was just too bad. Yes, VA, black levels are way better. And you want even better black panel levels, then you gotta get OLED. Literally turns off the pixels. I definitely love monitor technology, and getting the newest shit. Something I like. I think we unlocked the next one, the Rookie Rampage Showdown. As far as I know, they had 1080p OLEDs. There's monitors nowadays that have a 4K mode and the 1080p mode. Yeah, if there's one thing that I like to spend on, it's monitors, a TV as well. Honestly, I think the colors are so much better. While you have a similar motion clarity on a CRT, the colors are way better on an OLED. Like, at this point, the OLED has surpassed CRT for me. There's no way in hell you can 0.3 milliseconds of latency. You're not human if you can tell 0.03 milliseconds. It's a perfect monitor for me, honestly. Dude, I have G-Sync on and my latency is still 0. Like, you don't have to turn it off, guys. Dude, I actually fucked every single round. Are you kidding me? Move your arms faster, bitch! Get distracted by her peak performance. Pick up. Hey guys, Kuru here. Check out Instant Gaming for cheap game keys. Click the link in the description below.
Leave me alone.
I own you. Don't forget that.
Just shut up? Why don't you just...
Stage 1 engine for my car. Dude, I already bought these upgrades. I hate when I get an upgrade that I already have. Alright, let's go to Ricey Riders. In my opinion, this looks the most impressive. The funny thing is, the game mode doesn't have motion blur, but at 240 Hz to get like a natural motion blur, I can't really describe it. It looks amazing, but you're gonna need a 240 Hz monitor to feel that. Which Ferrari is this? It's the poor man's Ferrari. Pretty nice though. We're not gonna buy it, relax. Dude, if I had an affiliate link, I would definitely try to sell some. Pullman's Ferrari goes for 100k. Yeah, and a real Ferrari goes for 400, you know? Like, try to buy a new Ferrari. You're gonna need at least 500,000 so you can keep up with the maintenance costs. A 1992 Ferrari. That definitely sounds like a lot of maintenance cost. Just get a Civic. Do it. That is exactly what you do with a Ferrari. You buy it right now and then you sell it as a profit later. And even better, you use it for some YouTube videos and you sell a financial product. Look at how rich I am, I have a Ferrari. Buy my product. When do you use clutch? You have to hit the clutch before you shift, or you can't shift. The thing is, the shifts themselves are going to be faster if you use manual gearbox, and even faster if you use clutch gear manual gearbox. So basically, you press more buttons, you have faster shifts. Hold clutch, shift, release clutch. Yes, that's exactly what I do. Interesting, he caught up and then stopped. If I win a Lamborghini, would I sell it? Probably. I don't think I want to keep up with the maintenance costs. Kuru drives the Criterion to Ferrari. Actually, one of the devs drives a Porsche GT3, I think? That is true. Sell the Lambo, pay off the mortgage. It's probably the smartest thing to do. The game is actually fun on the wheel. Especially with this mod, it runs way better. Prostreet had a few issues. After the update, the game was locked to 30 FPS. Really, really bad mistake by the devs at the time. Right, the game was actually initially having unlimited FPS. And then, after the first patch, first of all, it broke on consoles, like the patch actually stopped you from progressing, so you had to uninstall it. But much worse, the PC version had the continue bug and the 30 FPS log. The DLC cars being broken and unfinished, yeah, for sure. Which one was technically good? I would say Carbon actually. Carbon was technically a really good game, and I think Underground 1 and 2 as well. Most Wanted was a bit wonky, especially the PC version. When it comes to Black Box, the run was kinda ass, Prostreet was kinda ass, Most Wanted was kinda ass on a technical level. Holy shit. Suspension. Let's see what upgrades we have. Nothing? Seriously? It actually gave me this car without any upgrades. In that case, I don't think it's gonna do too well. At some point the opponents are gonna get faster cars than me. You've never seen this before? This mod is amazing, man. So much extra content has been added to the game and it just runs so much better. 240 FPS, unlimited FPS and resolution basically. No continue bug, HD reflections. RIP Bozo. I bet that's Felafi's car. It is! I just looked at the playlist. You know, I read Pedo Bear on the top, but it's Pedro BLR. You guys remember the Pedo Bear meme? Unfortunately, yeah. A bunch of questionable memes. Ancient. Yeah, it is kind of the beginning of the internet. Every 5, yep. Dude, he takes the shortcut! Pizza guy is taking his delivery seriously. Club 2 Pepega Mod. I don't think the Pepega team is gonna make another game. But yeah, it would probably be possible, I just don't think it's gonna happen. Stage 2 engine. Oh, it's actually an upgrade. Dude, I got a Stage 2 engine after I already bought a Stage 2 engine. Fuck this game, man. It would be a difference if you could actually sell the performance parts to get your money back. God damn it. Stage 3 allows you to wheelie, Stage 2 is just fast. As far as I remember though, you wanna go full RPM, like the green shifts are not really good in this game. Your car has turbos, you wanna shift in the green area. I do think that once the car is maxed out, it doesn't matter anymore. I think most of what he's saying is true for slow cars. Once you have a fast car, you usually just go full RPM on every gear. Dude, why am I not moving? Why is my car broken? What the fuck is going on? Ah. It's not moving. Did I spawn in the air or something? It works, okay. I've never seen it before. There's no handbrake that you can leave on. That happens when you tune the cars. I didn't tune the car though. Apparently it can happen randomly too.
Isn't your car time still a bit away?
Different menu sound. Insane how Prostreet managed to make the tracks more alive. Yeah, it's just environment and the commentator, right? It actually feels alive. It feels like you're doing an event. It's so much better. That's literally what they're doing. You have the commentator and you have visual enhancements for the track. That's it. That's all you need. And all of a sudden it looks way more interesting. Prostreet has a soul. Oh, for sure. Okay, level 2 upgrades already get us to 400. But if we're getting so fast, I need this camera. Alright, my suspension is probably a bit too soft for this one. You can really see how the wheels are not attached to anything in this game. Oh, they are cooking with the update for this mod. Nice. I was actually mentioning it earlier. I'm not sure if they're actually still working on it. That's good news though. It'll take longer than they wanted to because they cracked into more aspects of the game. Sick. Solica helped out? Yes. That's what I like to hear, man. Solica, the master coder. Is Berkey also still working on it? Because I went back to his badass mod, the BAM mod. You know, it also a shit ton of features. Teacher now? Okay. Solica's a machine. So good at what he does. The first gear in this car. Oh yeah, of course. I keep shifting here between neutral and first gear. Didn't really pay attention that we're having an electric car here. I like the Motorstorm logo. It's so cool that that was possible in the first place. Like, replacing these logos too, that actually surprised me. Look, someone had a major skill issue. You want to repair the car. Come on, man. You had a full Java garage. Yeah, true. Eventually you can get all the Java cars. I might actually have all the cars unlocked right now. I remember building a really fast Java M3 GTR. That thing was doing over 500 and it had grip. In case you're wondering what's so fast. It's a fake Pullman's Ferrari here. It's a really next generation race car. The NSX here. A G-Force meter, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if you pull like Formula 1 G-Force here, like 4 or 5. I would be too heavy to drive a Formula 1 car at top speed. Too much muscle and too much weight. I would be screaming too at this speed. Especially the camera shake really shows you how much the suspension would be working at these speeds. Any little bump in the road would be super obvious. They'd probably go out of the track too. Yeah, they do train their necks quite a bit. Like, that's one of the muscles they have to train more than the others. They still want to be, you know, slim, so they don't have too much weight, but they need to be strong enough. They need to be strong enough to control the car, have a lot of endurance, and yeah, strong necks. I don't even have that much horsepower. The good thing is if you have low horsepower and you still win, you get more points. You fell so badly you broke your arm. That's not fun. I actually managed to never break anything in my life, and I had some pretty bad crashes with my bicycle. Like, my body is very sturdy. Oh yeah, there's a sector shootout where if you are in last, you get eliminated. I can hear you. Wow. Bullshit rubber band. Head first into a metal pole. Yeah, the thing is I went into a pole as well. Are you serious? You're gonna pay for my repair? Bitch. I also went full speed into a metal pole, but it only got my bike. My bike was dismantled, completely destroyed. But I was fine. I basically just flew over my bike into grass. I could touch grass in a very, very energetic way. Ate grass? No, I made a flip. Like, I flipped over my handle and I just landed on my ass. I have a tiny scar on my leg. The balls got caught on the handle. That sounds painful, man. You know, my problem with my second bike crash was that I landed in front of a truck that managed to stop. Like, fair chance I would have died that day if the truck driver was a little bit too fast. Because the truck literally stopped in front of my face. Right, this is my face, here's the truck. Slammed your balls on the seat, that sounds so painful. I'm cringing. I'm feeling that remotely. As a mountain biker, you have a bunch of crash stories that are your fault. Yeah, like, it's very easy to overestimate yourself, or you just want to go a little bit more crazy. You're crying your eyes out, for sure. The worst thing that happened to my balls is Lisa kicked me in her sleep. She had like a nightmare and she kicked me really badly. That did wake me up, in case you're wondering. You know those dreams where the floor like drops away under your feet and you have a rapid leg movement? Nah, Grolero just realized that he really hurts. Called the myoclonic jerk. It's so weird. Like, usually that wakes you up too. At least I had it many times happening to me, where my leg jerked so badly it woke me up. I mean, you see this stuff happening to people, but then it's like, how do you call it? Like a storm drain? And the storm drain is open and you fall like a few meters deep. Remember how I said I was gonna do daily streams when I come back from EA? And then I immediately get sick. Like, what the actual shit, dude? What did I do to deserve this kind of karma? That's why I don't follow NPCs, man. They have no idea how to drive. So if you feel their speed, you're gonna be too fast. But it kinda reiterates the point that most cars in Prostreet are a bit too understeer. Very easy to go off track. This camera is super important to get these close calls. And it feels like it has less delay over the other cameras. I think simply because of the camera shake, giving you a false sense of positioning. You actually won duel spin. I think we need to tune the car a little bit. The suspension is too soft. That was second gear. I actually don't think it's gonna fix it. Can try. The torque twist, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Much power. See? Let's start with third gear. Maybe that will help. I think Prostreet had always too difficult physics. Start in 6th gear. The nitro should be good enough. Suspension is stage 4, so I can do wheelie competition. It is like a speed challenge. Are you fucking serious? What was that? I don't think it's physically possible to slow down so quick. 10 at 1600 horsepower. Yeah, he rubber banded in front of me just to slam the brakes. Careful, left turn coming up. I'd love to just copy and paste the cars from the opponents. That would be a cool feature. I want to try out Tennis car. Like all the cars that they made. Would be awesome to have access to it. Fuck. This game is so buggy sometimes, where it like instantly slams to the ground for no reason. Reminds me a little bit of like the Hot Wheels DLC, where you have just completely different looking cars. I'd love a challenge series in this game as well. Why? Okay, I think I'm getting some of my energy back. I can scream again. Oh, my car's broken again. Why is my top speed so shit? I think my car is damaged. The car had no issue holding 400 earlier. What's going on? Car got, bro. The car broken. Why does everything explode that I touch? Again. Dude, something's up with the car. Fuck the gearbox, now it's breaking and slow. That quotes happen on this track. Makes sense? I'm surprised you remember that. But it makes sense, like the car is all of a sudden terrible. Can my gearbox get pregante? Can we get starch Mars? 3 plus 2 weeks pregnant? Can you burn a Luigi board? That feature that slowed down when you're near to another car? Yes. But I was already far away from the other cars at that point. You can draft behind opponents to get faster, but if you get too close, you get slowed down. But I was already gone from the others. Should have been fine. Well, there's a crap ton of improvements in this mod, but it also changes the story. Yeah, Prostreet could have had better handling. Shift on the PSP is funny because it plays more like a shift game, Prostreet game. Hey, we got our first sub 7. Because I think it goes a little bit downhill in the beginning. Helps acceleration. Oh yeah, for sure. I remember that Koenigsegg from the PSP version. I took delivery from there. Shouts to all the mod makers, to all the modders on this planet. So many added to this Pepega Mod, it's amazing. Announcer calling out when 2 dodges were facing off in the drag. Yeah, there's so many of these triggers. The game is crazy complex. Like sometimes you buy a new car and then the commentator will have something to say about it. I've had a fever so bad I started hallucinating. I was sleeping, so I guess I was dreaming? I don't recall ever hallucinating. I do remember some very vivid dreams during fever. When they call you out when you have an unfitting car for the event type, yeah. Remember having a 40-degree fever, you thought you were gonna die. Yeah, me too. But I was a teenager back then. Like, fevers above 40 degrees Celsius are insane. You lost grip of reality. Yeah, the brain... The thing is, at the end of the day, your brain does whatever it gets. And your brain chemistry is gonna be super messed up if you have a 40-degree fever. You know, same with drugs, right? Like, certain substances in your brain are gonna mess you up. Can be a fever, can be drugs, can be trauma, like blunt damage. Yeah, Mailer, I remember going to the internet to figure out how you can do wheelies. Like, I didn't get it whatsoever. I had to go online and look at a guide. I would have never done the wheel competition. And I remember redoing Rio many times because I couldn't beat him on the drift event. It's not Prostreet unless I struggle with the arm movement. Gonna rip your arms off and slap you with them. Gonna rip off your arms and stuff them up your ass. I think we had both of those. Or was it a rip off your arms and slam them down your throat? I'm not sure anymore. Oh yeah, that is. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but at some point, you know, I got more calm. I was less angry. OGs definitely remember that I had a few anger fits in my early streams. Yeah, like that one. Shadow Fox. You started getting more angry after a job. Yeah, I can see that. Well, I always loved playing racing games, and when I saw that enough people are watching me, that's when I decided to go full time. Like, it wasn't something that I planned for. It's something that just happened because I made racing videos as a hobby, and people apparently like to watch me. You know why humans get a fever? A fever is a protective mechanism that will primarily take out bacteria and viruses. It will negatively influence the body as well, but it's worse for the infections. Exactly, you shouldn't medicate immediately. You should let the fever do its thing. Like, you only should medicate when your fever gets too high. If your fever gets above 40, then yeah. Then you're gonna damage yourself more than necessary. Then you wanna take some fever reducing meds. But yeah, having a fever is a good thing. You're gonna feel awful, but you're gonna recover much faster. The reason why I'm not getting taken out for 2 weeks when I get a flu is simply because, you know, I basically quote-unquote enjoy my fever for a while. You feel better on 39. Exactly, if you have a mild fever, you shouldn't take any meds. I mean, you can take a painkiller in my opinion, but you shouldn't take anything that reduces your fever. You don't want to suppress your fever unless it's too high. That's usually what a doctor will tell you. Vitamin C and pickles, not bad. And then I'm already recovering because I'm getting hungry. Yeah, you should not drink alcohol. Guys, alcohol is a poison. You can enjoy alcohol, but do not take alcohol if you're sick. I'm just saying, you know, if you want to take something antibacterial, it's probably better you just take honey. Right? Honey has to be antibacterial, otherwise it would just start molding in nature, right? I just feel like the smoke from smoking wouldn't be very good when you're sick. The thing is, you always get markers when you enter a race day, so if you need extra, you can just enter race days and leave, and repeat that process. Rage quitting from the race now will cause you to lose all progress. Actually, I want to continue. Did Eddie ever get a second name? I know he came back, right? Eddie came back in 2015 as a character. Did he get a second name? Okay, we can hold 417. There's no point in having a new top speed if a car can keep it. It's also why, you know, I advanced the engine for more horsepower, but I also put all of the turbo boost into the high end as well. Because I just want to hold my new top speed. Eddie Edison. Happy I asked you guys. Remember when I told you yesterday, you know, don't suppress your fever, let it do what it's supposed to do, which is kill off infections. That's why I recover so quickly, right? I don't over-medicate. If anything, I'll take a painkiller, so I don't feel badly, but I don't want any fever suppressants. Prostreet sucks. Man, you should play modded Prostreet, it gets so much better. Unless you don't like, you know, the idea of festival racer at all, and you cannot enjoy customizing your race car for the race days, which I guess is fair, if that's generally nothing for you. But the game has improved so much with community patches, it's amazing. Dude, Prostreet is so polished nowadays, it's crazy. It runs so good. It runs and looks so good. It really feels like how they wanted to release the game, but they didn't have the time for it. And then they already had to work on the next game, so they kind of had to leave it. Getting sick of the festival theme. That's what I meant with, you know, Forza Horizon getting complacent, basically re-releasing the same game over and over again. But as long as no one else is challenging them to just, you know, make a good game, right? There's nowhere else to go. I have 2 million. When did I get so much money? You donated to me. Thanks, brother. Let's see if it was a good idea to lower 2,378 horsepower. Oh boy. You guys ready for 500? Slam to the ground. Might be good. I just might need to adjust the handling. We'll see. This thing is a beast. I don't have a 7th gear. Can probably make the gears even longer, right? I only did the overall gearing to the max. I didn't actually make the others gear higher. It does have a lot of downforce, but that one comes naturally. Like, it didn't actually tune downforce. Yeah, I gotta be very gentle on the steering. It's good. It's a runner. I think we can get more out of this. Oh wow, it's so low, the tires are clipping. Okay, let's go to practice, then I can adjust the gears some more. So I stiffened up the right, lowered the right height. I'm not sure if I really need to do anything to, like, toe and so on. Dude, it just blasts through these gears, it's insane. Okay, what, 600? Alright, next up, gearbox on this thing. Shit, that's fast. You know, Prostreet is progressive in the regards of the faster you go, the more downforce you have. So you actually need those higher speeds to get around these corners. Very, very responsive. Okay, I think this is good. I mean, I would say let's test it out in a race and let's see if I bump the ground. But maybe that's what's happening in the corners where I'm not getting the high speeds. It's because I'm hitting the ground. Doesn't happen too often that it goes 600. Do you think I'm bottoming out and that's why I'm losing speed in the corners? I mean, worth trying. Sadly you can't tune the car if you're in a race. Whoops! Interesting, I found a dead point in like the setup. This is what happened. No, the car's just broken. This happens sometimes. I'm not sure if it's the mod, but sometimes the car just breaks. It just has no more speed. I think I have to fix it by doing another event first. Java car broken. It's not the first time either. We had broken cars before. Just tune the 6th gear for 600. I think it has to be the 6th gear and it has to be the overall gear ratio that has to be maxed out. Obviously, the individual tuning on gear 1 to 5 doesn't matter. So let's see if all of those expensive tunes actually work on this car. The good thing is, the finish line is right where the rock is. So you can actually hit the rock and it finished the event. Guys, Kadaras was with us at the Need for Speed Council. You can't ask us anything in specific, but you can ask us about the experience with Criterion. Wait, does the cop car have 900 horsepower now? I actually didn't look at it. Can I drive there? February was fantastic. This last one felt more like it was headed in the right direction, plus there's a great vibe among all the members. Oh, for sure. You know, that's exactly what I meant when I said, you know, you guys can visit Vienna anytime. Just let me know. Okay, any tuners in here that have any idea how drifting works? Like, do I want a stiff or a soft suspension when I'm drifting? Ride height. I mean, the tire pressure makes sense to me, right? We want little contact with the road. You think stiff. When do you ever want the soft one then? Right? For racing you want stiff? When would you want the soft suspension then? You remember mostly soft tunes. Okay, that works for me. I'm not sure if I want more horsepower. But if I retard the engine I should have more torque. Maybe that's good. Oh wait. I think the blown up tires are working. Oh yeah, that's doing things. Nice. Grims, this is the second useless tip of the day. Thank you, man. I mean, it's the most basic ass tuning you can do. Blow up the tires for less grip. Let pressure out of the tires for less grip. More grip. Terrible run. Still better than all the opponents. See if we can get 7,000 in the last run. Okay, car has been restored. It does what it's supposed to again. I actually have not built a faster car than this. As long as you don't go off-road, you can actually hold the 600 plus speed. Whoa, now 657. That's what we can do in this gearbox. With the boost we could do 700 probably. I'm surprised we survived. The Java rate's slower. I think it is. I think we tried it though. This is what F1 drivers see. Yeah, right before they crash. Track challenge. Oh, that's cool. It's a new game type. It's a new game type that was introduced in the Pepega Mod. This is not tuned for this whatsoever. Wait, I'm not dead yet though. I'm still alive. Because the car hasn't flipped. The physics, what happened there? This is so messed up. They survived. Let's go. Can still win this. I want to actually finished. Survival of the fittest. 8. We still got last though. Okay, this car is better for wheelie competition. Whoa, what the hell was that movement? Oh, I just bottomed out badly. It had a magnesium chassis. Damn. Now, of course, it had to be light. Motorsport definitely got safer thanks to better materials. This corner entry is killing me, man. Oh, another one. Six people died and I still didn't get first. That is true. After 6 people DNF'd, I still got last place. Alpina is getting rid of their own engine. Wait, really? A lot lower RPM. Is this a diesel? Is that diesel engine in this Audi? The hell is 5,000 RPM, man? We'll switch to the Mercedes engine. Sick. Gotta say the handling is better on this one. You know, I could win this event in easy mode. Simply by drafting. A completion counter, I think, is for each lap. Interesting, it goes... I never noticed that. It goes from 75 to 100% and then gets a reset. The Audi is a lot easier to control. I don't know the exact answer why Ghost was laid off, but multiple factors in management, really. Drifting and all-wheel drive would usually only work when you have it set up where you have like most of the power in the back. Right, like a 90-10 split or something. Who in here knows that I hate this song? It's so repetitive, it really bothers me after a while. Oh god, this has a weird handling, man. You know how drifting works in Prostreet? The longer the event is, the less points you get for each individual move. Like it's a percentage thing. Right, it's not like the event is twice as long, you can make twice as many points. No, you can make the same amount of points. Because the points are given out on depending, you know, how much percentage of the track you've drifted. Yeah, usually it ends up with long tracks being less points. Like, I don't even know how I made less points on this run. It doesn't make sense to me. Whoa, okay. Holy shit. Okay, we're not starting in first gear. Definitely not starting in first gear. Dude, this stupid ass car. It cannot do anything right. With this torque slap, I kill me. Okay, 4th gear is a good start, but then I have to get quickly to 5th. All-wheel drive and drag. But then I can't do wheelie competition anymore. But yeah, a second car for drag racing, probably not a bad idea. You have got to be kidding me, man! This car's ridiculously bad. I don't want to drive this car anymore. Yeah, I could try to prevent the wheelie, but I need the wheelie for the other game mode. Since I have a free car marker, I'm probably just gonna get myself a sweet all-wheel drive car. Especially when you use these buggy tunes. Where basically what you do, you get a tier 4 part, tune the suspension and other stuff, and then you put in stock parts. And apparently that makes the effect even stronger. These basically drive like 400 kilometer, 500 kilometers per hour go-karts. This is insane. It doesn't make it super fun though. It's already the finish line. 36 seconds. What is this? Like nothing. Okay, I'll try the other one too, just for comparison. I thought you were gonna say like 36 seconds is pretty average. Oh come on, dude. I think we borrowed these cars. Oh man, it drives like ass now. Dude, it completely broke. Didn't work anymore, it was just driving into the wall. Well, the Mark 1 Golf is definitely a lot lighter. It's probably a death trap in comparison, but it is a better car.
My body should know at this point that I don't have anything in my nose that needs to get out.
Front wheel drive drifting, they made it possible in this game, I remember. Something they patched into the Pepega Mod. It's really strange though, you need to get used to this handling model. That was sick. 10,000 points, let's go. 500 horsepower on the front axle, okay. At least the engine is pushing it down. TDU in a post. Wait, are they saying, oh, but updates. First major patch. I assume you don't mean this one. They have an official post on the Twitter or something. Did I enjoy TDU? Yeah, if it works. The problem is, so far, only the single player experience worked after 3 days of it not working. And I have yet to experience the multiplayer. It is definitely not a game that you buy and immediately everything works. This is actually kind of funny. Like I have my rear locked and just have the front of the car pull me. It is a big mess, absolutely. Like TDU is a bit, it's like one step forward, one step back. Like they do something, but it's kind of the same. You see what I mean? I think it's gonna take a while until they make 2 steps forward and only 1 step back. Until it's like 1 for 1. Everything that works, something else breaks. I think you actually have to dominate to unlock the next thing. I picked the wrong car! Let's see if that's actually... It is a drift car. Let's give it a try.
Well, look at what the tow truck dragged in. It's the car with his... careful
so
there.
This was your first car. Fuck. You have 500 horsepower that allows you to drift though. And drifting in Prostreet is so unnatural. Doesn't matter if you play Pepega Mod or the normal one. It's just always awkward. Matas, I totally agree. I 100% agree with you. They should definitely give us access to an early build of the game so we can give them feedback early on before they get to later stages of development. Yes, Swift, I'm exactly one of those people. I'm gonna have super Ebola for 2 days. Like, yesterday was day 1, today's day 2. You know, I'm typically the guy where they're like, oh, he's overdoing it, he isn't really that sick. But then I'm fine, right? Then I'm fine again after 2 days. But I'm gonna be super sick for 2 days. I don't have COVID, I have super COVID. Yeah, Prostreet's drifting physics are not realistic at all. Yeah, I wonder which hosts they want to pick for the Grand Tour. They gotta at least come up with some interesting characters. Because honestly, I think the replacements that they had for Top Gear, they all were kinda meh. Gonna need people that know their cars, oh for sure. One thing the Top Gear trio always had is like knowledge of the cars, so they could say things that were not in the script, right? That made it feel authentic. Like you hear something cool about anything from a friend or something, you know, now it's part of your experience. You can sell that information to other people and it's gonna be interesting. Oh yeah. Okay, first that I know is pass. I remember during lectures I was watching StarCraft tournaments on Twitch back in 2011. StarCraft 2 just came out and it became an interesting esport at the time. I remember watching that during lectures. Let's see if the Superman is better for drag races, sprint races. No, they didn't really have any comments for Ryan Cooper. We just talked about Ryan Cooper, you know, coming back as a playable, either as a playable character or part of a future Need for Speed story. You know, as a suggestion, obviously. We said it would be cool to have old characters come back. The problem is a lot of the cars in this game have really bad turning radiuses and radii, and the only way to make it better is to pull the handbrake. Basically have a little drift. I personally think Prostreet would have been received much better if the handling wasn't so awful. Like they made it unnecessarily hard. It makes no sense for a Need for Speed game to have handling this difficult. Especially, in my opinion, it feels more difficult than Gran Turismo at the time. Like even the cars in Gran Turismo are easier to drive, which is, you know, the real driving simulator. And then you have Need for Speed Prostreet that makes it harder than that. Same thing with Shift. Like trying to make handling that is more difficult than, you know, the most popular racing franchise at the time. That wasn't Need for Speed. Delay. It's not just delay, it's also a lot of understeer, which makes driving a bit of a pain. You permanently have to fight your car so it doesn't go off-road. Doesn't even have to be, I mean, slightly oversteer is usually my favorite handling.
but it's really bad. The understeer in this game.
Pretty strong.
They increased the
Pulling
pricing
out
on the
some
cars.
decent victories, and he's
Really?
starting to make a name for himself.
They
with the
rebalanced
fans.
the pricing.
Welcome to the-
Everybody loves when the game is more grindy, right? Big Kick? TDU? Yeah, TDU. After the update, increased the pricing on a lot of cars. R8 costs 2 to 3 times more. That's crazy. This is how they're gonna make up for shitty service, making everything more expensive. Yay! Generating Prostreet at 30 FPS. It is awful. Especially Prostreet has additional input lag that was removed in the PC versions, at least in the community PC versions. Trust me, it feels absolutely awful on console. That's why I played it. Honestly, I really disliked Prostreet initially. It was only after I played the PC version with no input lag and no continue bug where I really started liking this game. Well, you know my opinion on grinding, I don't think it's very fun, and usually when a game wants me to grind, I do the opposite, I play the game less. I'd love to drive how the NPCs are driving in this game. It actually looks quite fun having so much grip. To be fair, you could build some really grippy cars in Prostreet. It just required a lot of tuning knowledge and having a very specific car. And usually a little bit of tuning abusement. Because there's a way you can tune the cars which were not intended by the developers. I'm not sure how well that information is preserved on the internet. But I remember in RX-7 the challenge, actually in circuit races and in the speed challenge to be absolutely bonkers. Isn't it weird that they make a game more grindy after it like disappointed everyone? Imagine in real life you would have to pay 4 million for an Audi R8 GT7 economy. Sometimes I genuinely think that developers have no intuition or like own creativity and they just copy and paste whatever someone else is doing that has any kind of success. As I said, you know, the average YouTube comment has a better understanding what the game should be than the developers. Would you guys agree? Like the most common and most liked comments beyond like the videos usually have a better understanding of how the game should be than the developers. Like you literally just take the common user that shares his opinion. They have a better idea than they do. I do wonder how it slipped by Black Box that the handling was way too difficult. Especially like they're the developers of all of the other Black Box games, duh. But those games were all super intuitive when it comes to the handling. So how did they miss it so badly? How did they miss it so badly on this one? Like the game itself is great in my opinion, but the handling is just so hard. It's so difficult to get a grip on the cars and the mechanisms of the game. But I'm not surprised Prostreet sold a lot less. The open world felt like a step back. I gotta say, I personally don't care much about the open world, but I can see why people like it. Nevada makes you feel like you need a steering wheel. It's not really the case, but you do need to reduce the sensitivity on your controller. And good luck if you're on a keyboard. You need to tune your steering in response to stiff. Double kill. Kuru, what the fuck are you doing? It slowed down so much that after hitting him we both broke down. I remember Prostreet for two things: the action during speed challenges and the soundtrack. Look how low it is. Okay, now I can really tell how low it is. The Golf Fava. Just call it the Java Golf, man. Don't get too fancy with it. Alright, hit or miss this Golf, what do you think? It only has 500 horsepower. What? Why is the horsepower so low? Oh, look at this. The Porsche. From Need for Speed Porsche. The reward card looks really good, actually.
It's not over until you try. Damn, 3 minutes. Oh yeah, I totally missed that vote earlier when you voted between TDU and Finnish Pepega Mod.
What was it, actually?
90% Pepega.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't expect TDU to be this hated, but alright.
I guess the game is done. At least in my community, huh? It is weird. Yeah, I think the COVID years have changed our perception a lot.
Good driving.
Even there I couldn't handle it. It's funny, I wonder if I'm faster if they become faster, because their third round was way better too. Just driving the shell of the car. True. Was it always like this, or did we somehow create a bug? I was wondering why the car looks so plain all of a sudden. You bugged out, yeah. Look at the wheels. Extreme weight reduction. The Ferrari is weird, it has low horsepower, but it somehow manages to get little points. Like, I don't really... As far as I know in Prostreet, the more the game thinks how powerful the car is, the less points you get. So I'm not sure why the game thinks that the Ferrari is so good that it deserves so little points. Because it's not purely based on the horsepower. Like, this car is probably some kind of broken. Maybe it was the wheel swap that I did from rear to all-wheel drive that just made it so awful. But maybe also fuck around with the performance rating. Yeah, I said I was gonna speedrun Most Wanted again when I feel like it. If I don't have the motivation for it, I'm not gonna be good at it. Like, whenever I got serious times, it was always when I was really in the mood for it. Blur speedruns? They are also a lot shorter. Blur speedrun is something I could do like 1 a day or 2 a day and still do something else. I hate drifting in this game. Why do these cars produce no points? Oh, this is by far the worst area to drift, and it's also the one that you have to do against Ryan Cooper. Not Ryan Cooper, Rio Watanabe. So it was always a pain in the ass to like find even a drift car that could pull it off. Just don't have enough freedom over your car to have like any cool drifts here. And the thing is, the shit doesn't even produce any good points. Car's mad understeer. Yeah, the thing is, you don't get many more points. Wow, I actually got lost. I do remember talking to, I think it was Cypher. And he said the tires were actually tuned that if you upgrade them, they still work for drifting. I can't imagine that's the case. I really can't, but I'll try. Well, maybe then I need some other car again. Yeah, give me drifting from Carbon or even Underground. Underground feels more realistic and Carbon feels more fun. Yeah, I also remember like the RX-7 being like the only reasonable car for drifting in original Prostreet. Which is silly because that's the reward card that you get from the dude. What's his name? Guy from Noise Bomb. Aki Kimura. Dude, get away from the wall. I think they actually increased the wall friction. 450 is what I need now. It's getting harder and harder, man. It's an absolute rarity that a racing game can convince me about fun drifting. It doesn't happen very often. Usually it's some kind of bullshit mechanic, just like in Prostreet. This straight here is really annoying, yeah. Because you can get through, but you don't really get points from it. I have more tire pressure. I should have less grip, and it gripped more again. Alright, let's get another car. This is all pain, dude. Drifting is so annoying. It's such a rare thing that I'll play any racing game where it's like, oh man, the drifting is actually fun, let me do some more. No, it's always, let me do less, please. Fucking hate it, please let me stop. And I think that's also the main beef that most people had with this game. That it was just too difficult for starters. And I 100% agree. Problem is, sometimes I get stuck in the drift and I can't get out of it. Interesting. I now hit the brakes and then it went sideways instead of the handbrake, which put the car into the wall. Random ass physics in this game, I swear. For drifting, it's horrible. Like, I totally get why this game wasn't super well received. Yeah, way more points. Okay, this is the regular brake now instead of the handbrake. Good enough. But it's such a bastard drift, you know what I mean? Like, it's not anything like a real life drift you're doing here. You're just abusing the point system. Because the opponents are abusing the point system. It's fun to do? No, it's not. This is not fun if it's completely unrealistic. Not to me. If it's slow and unrealistic, I'm not a fan of that combo. At least Carbon is fast and unrealistic. This was never fun to me because it always felt hella awkward. I remember the smoke annihilated my graphics card's performance back then. But yeah, it was a good looking smoke. More difficult to master gives more control. One thing that I realized is that if I want to stay on the track, I now use the regular brake instead of the handbrake that I used to use. Grid had fantastic drifting. That actually feels natural. Yeah, Forza 2. If we're talking about modern racing game with decent drifting, Forza Horizon. Choose 2? Yeah, Choose 2 reminded me a lot of Carbon. Payback drifting was alright. It wasn't too difficult. I swear that the cars before this RX-7 were completely unusable. Yeah, some Codemasters guys on Criterion, but also Codemasters working by itself on their games, right? They have F1, they have WRC. Dude, the Pepega Mod has a crap ton of work put into it. Like all of the, like just replacing all of the voice lines, but other than that, man, they made new game modes, a crap ton of cutscenes. Like, it's not to be understated how much work went into this. Even more work than went into the Most Wanted Pepega Mod. You know, for arguably less return, right? Simply because Most Wanted is a much more sold game out there. And people didn't like Prostreet that much. But there's so many cool things that makes it worth replaying Prostreet in the Pepega Mod, even if you're not into the memes. New cars, physics, and modifications to the gameplay, it's just amazing. I love Need for Speed. The first one I played is 2015. I mean, that's probably the only person that can really say that, because I feel like if you have any experience with better Need for Speed titles, you would never say that 2015 is your favorite. Like, you gotta have an untainted mind. I'm still gonna make more points. This game's so ass, dude. This point system makes no fucking sense, dude. Oh, that's gonna be fast. Ready? Who wants to go over 500? There's one reason that gets me back to this game. It's Nevada, or generally speed challenges, and I guess the crashing. The physics model in this game. It's just fun to crash out of your car. I was never too mad that I totaled my car, because I was usually rewarded with a cool crash cutscene. 120 miles per hour, nice. Blazing. It's official, the duel between you and the festival owner Eden has said. You won the Kingmaker, but losing against him will ruin your reputation instantly. He's promised to make you the new owner if you can beat him. In this final race, with Ryan Cooper out of the picture, you'd fill in his shoes as the new Showdown King. Don't blow it now. Dude, I was just looking at the speedo for a second and I'm immediately off track. Like, the car is too fast to do anything else. And a nice jump. Let's go. Don't die. 3, 2, 1. Hey, got him. Sub 140 hours. Pepega Mod. Let's go. GG. Ah, man. Bittersweet. What can I say? By the way, additionally, on Autobahn Ibiza in Nevada, on the tracks, you can find wrecking parts to unlock extra cars. Also, the game has an achievement system too. If you want to go really crazy. How do you open the bigger menu? Oh yeah, there's cheat codes. I forgot about those. Liquid and twisted car models. Dude, I forgot about this, man. Even on my first playthrough, like, the Pepega Mod team should have told me more about this. Like, I forgot to use the cheat codes. Man. You want to see it? Then you could go for a real 100% run and actually try to do all the achievements. Custom shaders can be turned off. Custom antics above the car can be removed. The Pepega menu. I'm not sure, did they replace another menu here? Or did they just edit? Show me the cells, 2 and 1. Those are the regular cheats you can still use. I wonder if I can do a playthrough with the cheats active, if that's possible, or if they're locked away. I'm not sure. Either way, guys, let's call it the stream. You've been amazing, as always. Sounds good. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Stay tight. Definitely come back for tomorrow. And good night. Sorry, Samuli. I hope you can join us earlier tomorrow. Love you, man. See you guys. Bye-bye. Slide is not that good on this camera.